Morning. It's your boy DameSmiff. I'm out here. So, just want to tap in with you guys, see how you doing. Leave a comment below. How you been doing this week? How my artists doing? Are my artists, you've been working on your music? Painters, you've been painting? Sculptors, you've been sculpting? You've been getting your creative things done? And make sure your business is in order too. Make sure all your legals is done. And we're going to get right for the month of February. We still in the first quarter of 2023, so we want to be, prepared and ready to go for the summer, and we want to be ready to go for the winter when it hits holiday season. So let me know how you doing. So this episode, I wanted to talk quickly about improv in hip hop and how it has its role in hip hop, because a lot of people assume hip hop, because it's been commercialized so much, that it's a highly structured art form, and it's not necessarily. You can tell by the soundscapes. A lot of the soundscapes are very surface level, and they're usually repetitive of past soundscapes before. So typically in improv, the idea is to take a vibe or maybe a feel or a groove or something like that, and then improvisate and do improvisation on top of that. Meaning, like, when you hear a piano player play a series of chords, we'll call this a chord progression. A singer, another instrumentalist, or maybe a saxophone, to give you a more specific example, may improv melodies, riffs, maybe other grooves over top of the chord progression alongside other instrumentalists and things like that. Now, in hip hop, where you will see this typically, and in the most obvious way, is the DJ and rapper combination. You will see the DJ play an instrumental, maybe a break beat or something like that, and then the rapper gets to decide, I'm going to either scat, maybe hum a melody, spit some rhymes, maybe try to MC, control the crowd or things like that. There's a lot of different ways you can improv in hip hop. Now, here's where I typically see the problem with improv in hip hop. People don't practice. If you're going to be an improvisational artist, you have to damn near live that life. Like, for me, I am not that guy. You won't ever see me just open up Instagram Live and just start freestyling the comments. That's not me. But the people who do that a lot will eventually get enough experience and muscle memory to be able to recall certain words, certain phrases, certain tics and triggers and things like that, that'll help them improv and freestyle a lot better. That's how Lil Wayne worked so well, when you just spend so much time doing something, just like drilling basketball plays or something like that. Eventually, it's just going to come naturally out your body, which will then be elevated if that same person decides to sit down and actually structure out what's being said. It can be that much more laser focused and that much more efficient to the music. Now, here's my suggestion for any new artists that are trying to at least tap into improvisation. One, I don't suggest that being your main shtick, because it's so volatile, and so you can't really gain a skill from it without having systems. And starting out as a new artist, you're not going to really have systems for yourself unless you have a direct inspiration you're trying to emulate from. Like, you'll see some rappers that come out of Florida and they all sound the same. Some artists that come out of California and they all sound the same. Artists that come out of New York and they all sound the same. So when they go to freestyle or battle rap, it's easy. It's super easy. You can just repeat the same shit and the same cadences you've been hearing since the 90s. But if you're an artist and you're trying to actually carve a lane for yourself, then you may want to start structuring your systems and getting a style down first. The best way I've seen this done, and I don't even know if he's done anything I'm saying in this video, but the best way I've seen somebody carve out their own style in hip hop in real time for me was watching Flea Lord make his mixtapes last year. That was the illest thing I've seen in a long time. When you hear Flea Lord and Me Fucks, which is his producer, start making mixtapes, they kind of locked into a sound, and you can hear it. But what happened was Flea Lord kind of got this like rhythm in his flow, and it's not repetitive, but it became the kind of style and the framework for the rest of the mixtape, no matter what the beat was. And the cool thing about it was the producer he was working with, Me Fucks, had his own style too. So it was a good, just very simple marriage of music, and it came together perfectly. So they were able to produce essentially high quality hip hop back to back, and then having the experience selling live, working with different venues. It was a beautiful thing. So fast forward now, I personally feel like Flea Lord could do whatever he wants in hip hop. At this point, he's there now. He's clearly He's reached that point to where, like, if he decided he wanted to do a rock album, he could, because he's proven that he takes his craft serious. He's proven that he's willing to sacrifice what he needs to do to develop his own style versus trying to just fit in somewhere. And it's awesome to see, because you don't see this often, but when you do see it, you have to appreciate it and you have to highlight it, because if you don't, then you're basically just going to be running into the same people that want to make the same music from the past over and over and over and over and over again. And that's not hip hop. Hip hop is about innovation, and it's about being unique and pushing the culture forward, or pushing people forward for the better. Like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna be everywhere. So we're gonna be talking about hip hop music, not necessarily hip hop culture, because remember, a lot of these blogs just want to show you entertaining things and just have you just clicking and looking at stuff, but we're not doing that here. I'm trying to educate you on truly what you can do as an artist to participate in hip hop. And if you're not an artist yourself, then I'm gonna give you some options on how you can support actual real artists and musicianship within hip hop, and not necessarily the people just surrounding us, the people that aren't necessarily participating in what we're really doing over here. So like I said, tap in, make sure you click that subscribe button. I will be doing subscriber specific posts, so I will figure out how to do that very, very, very soon. But if you're not a subscriber, you're gonna miss out on a lot of things, so make sure you're tapping in. Peace.